अस्सलाम वालेकुम listeners viewers, उम्मीद है सब लोग ठीक ठाक होंगे। वेलकम टू सिली पॉइंट बाय ज़लमी टीवी hosted by the गली क्रिकेट शो। और हमारे साथ आज द यूजुअल क्रू ऑफ मी, तैमूर एंड माइज आर हियर। और आज के शो पे हम लोग पेशावर वर्सेस लाहौर का प्रीव्यू करेंगे। पीएसएल हैज़ मूव्ड आउट ऑफ कराची एंड नाउ मूव्ड इनटू मुल्तान एंड लाहौर। मेनली मुल्तान के जो कि होम गेम्स हैं वो मुल्तान में होंगे एंड रेस्ट ऑफ द गेम्स विल बी इन पिंडी एंड लाहौर। बट आज का जो गेम है वो काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट गेम है दोनों टीमों के लिए। लाहौर एंड पेशावर बोथ आर एट अ पॉइंट वेयर they need to have consecutive wins to really be in the top four. I think it's a battle between Quetta, Lahore, and Peshawar at this point in time. क्योंकि मुल्तान का काफ़ी बैड सीन चल रहा है. I think table toppers are Islamabad United, who are in red hot form, and Multan Sultans are in possibly the opposite of that. तो हम लोग उन सब के बारे में बात करेंगे। यासिर खान की इमरजेंस, पेशावर की बॉलिंग ट्रबल्स, बैटिंग ट्रबल्स एज वेल, बट लाहौर की बॉलिंग की काफ़ी इश्यूज चल रहे हैं। आई थिंक लास्ट गेम में आई थिंक हारिस रऊफ एक्सक्यूज मी लास्ट गेम में आई थिंक हारिस रऊफ कंसीडर्ड nearly 60 runs or something like that in 4 overs, yeah, 3 overs 54, something like that. So not something that you expect from your premier bowler. तो उन सब के बारे में बात करेंगे, तो प्लीज़ शेयर थॉट्स इन द कमेंट्स बिलो और हम लोग अपने लास्ट पे स्टार्ट होते हैं। तो गाइस, पिछला गेम पेशावर का कराची से था। इट वाज, आई वुड कंसिडर इट ए ऑलमोस्ट अ थ्रिलर। काफ़ी क्लोज किया, खुशदिल शाह ने फिनिश किया, बट आई फील लाइक कि बैटिंग के लिहाज से जिस तरह की कंडीशन थी, आई थिंक पेशावर्स बैटिंग वाज ऑन पार, या आप कह लें एक्सेप्टेबल थी मेरे लिहाज से। बट जहाँ पे इनको आई थिंक इशू हो रहा है, या तो एक एक्स्ट्रा बॉलर का इशू हो रहा है, या हुसैन तलत की यूटिलाइजेशन का इशू हो रहा है। आइदर दे प्ले हिम एज अ बैट्समैन or they play him as a proper all-rounder who can give you 2 overs here and there to fill in the slot. But I think overall it was a better performance by Peshawar. But I think कुछ instances पे थोड़ा सा लैप्स हुआ था। I think साद बेग का रिव्यू भी नहीं ले सके थे, although it didn't really cost them that much. But in the, अगर आप ग्रैंड स्कीम में देखें, आई थिंक बाबर आजम कह रहे थे कि वो 10 रन शॉर्ट थे। तो क्या कहते हैं, सात बेग का 9 रन पे एलबीडब्ल्यू शॉट जो नहीं लिया गया वो काफ़ी महंगा पड़ा। बट खैर, लेट्स गो थ्रू योर थॉट्स। आप लोगों को क्या लगा उस गेम के बारे में? वेयर डज पेशावर स्टैंड नाउ अगेंस्ट लाहौर?
Yeah, so I think I don't think Peshawar needs to do too many things differently. I think they found the right combination, and it's a lot of it is going to be about executing from here on. I think they've got the right bowling combination largely, and uh, they've largely got their batting order sorted as well. That said, there's a lot of discussion about Hussain Talat, right? Peshawar kind of plays with that. They have 7 batters and they have 4 bowlers, right? And then they use Saim as one of the as the fifth bowler, really, right? Now it puts them in this tricky situation. अगर वो हुसैन तलत को ड्रॉप करते हैं तो इसका मतलब जो 7th बैटर होगा, तो वो होगा या मेहरान मुमताज होगा या सुफियान वकीम में से किसी को आना पड़ेगा. So maybe Alzari Joseph gets pushed up, etc. Just in comparison of that, right? कराची किंग्स की सेम पोजीशन में जहां पर अलजारी जोसेफ बैटिंग करेगा अगर हुसैन तलत को ड्रॉप करते हैं, कराची किंग्स में खुशदिल शाह आता है, लाहौर कलंदर्स में सिकंदर रजा आता है, मुल्तान में जो है वो कामरान गुलाम आया था लास्ट टाइम विद डेविड विली टू फॉलो, इस्लामाबाद यूनाइटेड में हैदर अली आता है with Jason Holder to follow. So it just gives you some sort of context that removing Hussain Talat from the team really hampers the balance of the team, right? Now, a left field uska solution ye hai कि I've seen Arif Yaqub play in club cricket and he's a very handy bat, especially against spinners. He's got strokes against spinners. You can have him bat at 7, bring in another spinner. It's a left field solution, But I would rather keep the same squad. I think this is their best bet, to be very honest. I don't see dropping Hussain Talat, bringing in a spinner would really make the batting very wobbly, especially a
Yeah.
batting where the top order is not is not performing up to expectation. With regards to like the last game against Karachi, I think they played a great game. It was a very close game, right? At the end of the day, there are few little things like when Peshawar was batting, Mir Hamza bowled a terrific spell. So that was impressive. And then Khushdil Shah giving him 3 wickets, only going at 6 odd runs per over. That's a missed opportunity right there. Babar Azam did say they were 10 runs short. His over were the overs where you were supposed to get 10 runs 10 runs more, right?
Yeah.
That's where Peshawar did not capitalize. We spoke about the middle overs, mein unke paas spinners itne achhe nahi hai. And that's where they had to capitalize. They were slow off the blocks, couldn't utilize the middle overs with Khushtil and Nabi bowling. Right, and I think that's where they fell 10 runs short. With regards to largely the decision making when Karachi was batting, right, it came down to the last over whether to go with Hussain Talat and Saim Ayub. And I think that's where uh, my view is जब आपके पास कोई right answer नहीं है, like whether to go with the Hussain Talat or go with the part-time in Saim Ayub. When you don't have the right answer or an answer that's that apparent in terms of qualitative reasoning, go to the data, see the feedback that you got from the surface, and implement that. Right in the same match, like Peshawar's Almi spinners, they were going at 5.6 runs per over. Sorry,
Yep.
6.6 runs per over. I think with uh, Saim Ayub was going at 6.6 runs per over. Peshawar's Almi spinners were going at like around 5.6 runs per over. With Arif Yaqub bowled a really good spell.
Mhm.
You had enough feedback to say, "Yeah, Saim Ayub was just on those conditions. He was a better fit to increase the odds of having a successful last over."
Yeah.
Fast bowlers went for runs, particularly in the middle overs on both sides. Zahid Joseph went for 8 to 9 runs per over. In the middle overs, Hassan Ali got hit as well. Abbas Afridi went for runs comparatively to perhaps other games. So that's my view. It was all in all, decision making a little bit in the last over. I think could have turned things around. Better planning against Khushdil Shah and having a method to ensure that you milk those middle overs where there was weakness. And I think executing those little things in a closely fought game kind of makes the difference, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think मैं ऑफलाइन ये बातें कर रहा था कि आई थिंक खुशदिल शाह को मेरी मेरे एनालिसिस बुरे लग गए थे लास्ट गेम पे क्योंकि आई सेड कि खुशदिल शाह इज द स्कोरिंग ऑप्शन फॉर पेशावर क्योंकि अगर उनको टॉप से रिस्ट्रिक्टेड स्टार्ट मिलता है जैसे पेशावर को मिला था अगेंस्ट मीर हमजा I said कि खुशदिल शाह would be the bowler that they can target and Khurshid Shah was on song, and I think he was almost unplayable on that surface. That being said, I do believe कि जब हमने वो लास्ट गेम में एक फेज देखा था जिसमें अलजारी जोसेफ को मार पड़ी थी and I think he bowled 2 overs in that phase where he leaked runs comparatively to other bowlers. Obviously, hindsight is 2020. Retroactively देखें तो you can talk a lot of sense, but what my opinion on that was कि आप उसको थोड़ा सा mitigate करने के लिए आपने spinners को लेकर लेकर तो आए, but I genuinely feel कि Hussain Tarat has a lot more to offer in the middle phase, especially क्योंकि वो cutters आके डालते हैं. So on that surface, that he could have been utilized a bit better. बट अगेन आप रेट्रोएक्टिवली देखें तो आप बहुत सी चीज़ें कह सकते हैं कि ये अच्छा हो सकता था वो अच्छा हो सकता था बट गोइंग फॉरवर्ड इन लाहौर वेयर traditionally it's a high scoring ground. We've seen 200 plus runs over there. Lahore is infamous for that total given their batting lineup. um aapko looking at the game with Lahore's bowling struggles, डू यू सस्पेक्ट कि ऐसा कुछ होगा? अगर ऐसा कुछ होता है, हाई स्कोरिंग गेम होता है, तो डू यू सी के how they would go about their changes? क्योंकि Mohammad Naeem hasn't fired. He's the emerging guy. I don't know how long they're going to keep up with him. I think उसकी वजह से थोड़ा सा प्रेशर अब्दुल्ला शफीक पे भी आ रहा है. He hasn't been able to continue on with the starts, probably gets a little bogged down with the slow start getting from the opening pair. तो अगर आप लाहौर को देखें तो how do you sum that up? तैमूर आप ले लेंगे.
श्योर। सो आई थिंक अगर पिछले गेम की थोड़ी सी और बात की जाए तो जस्ट टू लुक एट दी कंडीशंस टू बिगिन विद, नो डाउट कि थोड़ा सा बैटिंग करना मुश्किल हो रहा था पेशावर के लिए। और अगर आप देखें पेशावर ने आई थिंक पूरी इनिंग्स में सिर्फ 2 छक्के मारे थे और कराची ने सिर्फ 1 छक्का लगाया था पूरी इनिंग्स में।
Yeah.
तो डेफिनेटली कंडीशंस वर नॉट कंड्यूसिव टू हाई स्कोरिंग गेम। लेकिन जो मुझे एक छोटा सा इख्तलाफ के लिए एक चीज़ जो मुझे तंग कर रही थी पेशावर की डिसीजन मेकिंग को देखते हुए, जैसे माइज आपने भी बात की कि व्हेन यू आर out of ideas, you go back to the data. You start looking at the previous games to come up with a better plan. मुझे मुझे समझ में नहीं आया कि मोहम्मद हारिस को क्यों नंबर 4 पे लेकर आए। आई स्टिल डोंट अंडरस्टैंड व्हाई मिच ओवन वाज प्लेइंग एट नंबर 6। और जैसे माइस ने बात की कि आरिफ याकूब हैज़ batted quite well in the club cricket and the other cricket that he has played. तो अगर उन लोगों के पास भी डेटा अवेलेबल है, which I'm sure होगा, तो they can risk bringing Arif Yaqub before Azari Joseph, and that may give some cushion, in the positions of Hussain Talat and Mitch Owen कि वो थोड़ा और freely खेलें, because वही बात जो हम लास्ट टाइम कह रहे थे कि ऊपर से रन्स नहीं आ रहे थे, and then everybody else who was coming after was just getting into a lot of pressure. And if we fast forward to what might happen in Lahore tomorrow, I think इस चीज़ पे पेशावर को थोड़ा सा काम करना होगा कि just it's time now to come out of that shell. डिसीजन अपने कुछ ऐसे कर लें कि थोड़े से रिस्क ले लें। मतलब when they brought on मोहम्मद हारिस one down against it was मुल्तान, right, जिसमें उन्होंने काफ़ी
Yeah,
वो
आगे
किया
बढ़
था,
के मारा था. Yeah.
आगे
Yeah.
बढ़ के मारा था। तो दैट काइंड ऑफ मेंटालिटी अगर आप अपने अटैकिंग प्लेयर्स को थोड़ा सा रोक रोक के रखेंगे, आई मीन इट्स ओनली 20 आवर्स, इट्स नॉट अ टेस्ट मैच, राइट? तो
Yeah.
बहुत ज़्यादा मुझे लगता है कि दे आर जस्ट क्रिएटिंग एक्स्ट्रा प्रेशर, और फिर ना चाहते हुए भी ना हम अलजारी जोसेफ से कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा एक्सपेक्ट करने लग जाते हैं, जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ द फैक्ट कि वो जिस पोजीशन पे आ रहा है उस टाइम तक क्या कंडीशन हो चुकी होती है मैच की। आई थिंक Peshawar just needs to step up with their risk-taking game a little bit at this stage. और अगर ऐसा होता तो definitely we will see it. I think we will see a high-scoring game, क्योंकि लाहौर की बॉलिंग भी हमारे सामने। आई थिंक शाहीन अफरीदी की हम बार बार बात करते हैं कि ही इज जस्ट ट्राइंग टू मच। आई थिंक इट्स आई थिंक we've said it enough, right, कि overdue हो गया थोड़ा सा बॉल फुल पिच करना, and unfortunately I think he's going to stick with that in the next game too. But Peshawar should see that as an opportunity. They are up against a bowling lineup that is struggling itself. तो और पेशावर की बैटिंग भी थोड़ा सा उस तरह से क्लिक नहीं करी, तो आई थिंक पेशावर शुड बी द वन टू टेक द नेक्स्ट स्टेप एंड स्टार्ट अटैकिंग लाहौर फ्रॉम द गेट गो, बिकॉज अगर उन्होंने वो कर लिया, लाहौर's bowling will most likely crumble again, and then that's when Peshawar can just keep their foot on the gas and make sure they end up scoring high. I mean, of course there's a lot of ifs and buts, but regardless कि Peshawar पहले बैटिंग करे सेकंड बैटिंग करे, I think they have a bigger opportunity to attack Lahore and just try to step up with their batting essentially.
Yeah, एक चीज़ I want to point out was कि even मुल्तान के against TKC was up in the order, और उसकी reasoning ये थी कि he is he feels at home against pace, जिसकी वजह से उनको ऊपर भेजा गया था। यूजुअली वो जब उनकी बैटिंग आती है तो ही इज फेसिंग द स्पिनर्स एंड ही इज नॉट सो मच एट होम एट दैट पॉइंट। आई थिंक पूरी फॉर्म हो तो शायद आप things that can go against you, they will go against you at that point. And I think that's what they were planning on. And that worked out for them, so I guess that's why they stuck with that combination. um लेकिन कलंदर्स की अगर हम लोग बात करें तो कलंदर्स आर, आई थिंक दे आर अ बेटर शॉट। अगर आप मुझसे ईमानदारी से पूछे तो मैं तो कहूँगा कि उन लोगों की बैटिंग में एक बैट्समैन की कमी है, और उसकी वजह ये है कि आप आ, रिशद हुसैन जो हैं वो बिल्कुल वो नंबर 6 पे आ रहे हैं, जो कि वो numbers, traditionally speaking, he's not a number 6 batsman, given what we have seen in BPL and international cricket. Like सिकंदर रजा उनसे नीचे आते हैं। तो अगर आप इस लिहाज से देखें कि सिकंदर रजा, given his pedigree, given his numbers, given what he has contributed for Lahore Qalandars in the past, उनका इतना नीचे आना, it's very, it's not good in my opinion. Like, that's the most polite way I can say it. कि it's not the best strategy to go about. And I think ये इन लोग को थोड़ा सा इन लोगों को करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि फिर इन लोगों के पास बॉलिंग के ऑप्शंस भी, ये लोग काफ़ी रिलाई कर रहे हैं डैरल मिचेल से, वो ओवर्स फिल करवाना, जैसे लास्ट गेम में जमान खान को मार पड़ी थी। आई थिंक एक ओवर में 22 रन खाए थे उसने भी। तो आई थिंक दे नीड टू ट्वीक द लोअर ऑर्डर अ बिट, और उसमें वो एक एक्स्ट्रा बॉलर डालें या एक्स्ट्रा बैट्समैन डालें, ऑलराउंडर डालें, और वो उन लोग के लिए थोड़ा इम्पोर्टेंट होगा मेरे लिहाज से, अगर आप, अनलेस यू गाइस हैव एनीथिंग एल्स टू ऐड टू दैट।
Yeah, I
Trying to
completely
pull.
agree. I mean, I think they did it last game to lengthen their batting order, essentially putting Rashad ahead of Raza. That's the only thing that makes sense to me. But it's the same issue that they have that Peshawar has, right? It's
Mm-hmm.
their balance of the squad does not, does not help, with
Because they have
with
Asif Ali, which is
yeah,
a solid number 6 batsman at
yeah,
PSL level at least.
yeah. I
So
mean, they have a few bowling all rounders and then a few bowlers that can hit. They've got Shaheen also. He likes to call himself an all rounder as well. So they've got a few. They've got a few players that have the ability to,
आप
clear.
कहना क्या चाहते हो?
I mean, so far Shahid Afridi has not justified him calling himself an all-rounder. Is all I is all I'm going to say. I'll wait for him to justify
Hmm.
that. He's definitely has the ability to hit sixes, but we want to see more from him. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, And then, so they do have somewhat of an ability. They have a lengthy tail, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
That makes up for some of their lack of batting up top. But to your point, it's again, it's two teams that are struggling with that balance in that lower middle order. And
Mm-hmm.
it's whichever team can kind of strike early, put the team, take some wickets, put that element of weakness and the other team's lineup under 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 uh, under a microscope actually
Mm-hmm.
may come out on top, because if it's going to be a high scoring game, an extra batter will come in very handy.
Yeah. I think मैं वैसे जो एक चेंज मैं सजेस्ट करना चाह रहा था, it would be very unfair, but क्योंकि इन लोग को बैटिंग के इश्यूज हैं, and I feel like आसिफ अली has something to offer for the Qalandars. I was going to suggest that they sit out Asif Afridi and play Asif Ali instead of him, but he's also been their main wicket taker. He's probably the only bowler जिसने मतलब wickets ली हैं, तो
Yeah. It
उसको,
also helps Shaheen attack, by the way, because
yeah,
Shaheen leagues runs at the top. He balls full, so he needs someone at the other end that can contain. Because when Asif Ali is unable to contain, the other team runs away with the power play at 6 overs, 70 odd,
yeah,
75 odd, right? That's what happened in the last game as well, right?
yeah.
When Rizwan and Yasir really started taking them on, you can't stop the run flow. Shaheen likes to attack. If Asif Afridi starts going for runs, they really leak the power play.
I
So
mean, आप अगर देखें तो I'm looking at the bowling card. Shaheen leaked 10 runs an over. Zaman Khan को एक ओवर में 22 रन पड़े. Haris Rauf was 18 runs per over. Only person that was under 10 was Asif Afridi, and he was at
yeah,
6 runs per
he's
over.
done. He's
So I mean,
really,
day
really
and
good.
night का
Balls at a
difference है
great pace.
almost.
Yeah, yeah, ball. He's a very good T20 bowler.
So and I think it would be very unfair कि आप इस तरह करें, but given their batting struggles and given the flat nature of the Lahore wicket, I I would just be inclined to make that change, and it would be very unfair to Asif Afridi. या फिर आप आसिफ आफरीदी को रख के तीन पेसर में से एक पेसर को ड्रॉप करें and just lengthen your tail a bit more to give yourself that chance, क्योंकि उस लिहाज से फिर आप सिकंदर रजा को भी ऊपर कर सकते हैं, and then you can have Asif Ali play as well, so that gives your lower order more explosive chance in my opinion. uh, Anything else you guys want to add to that, feel free. मैं एक और चीज़ देखना चाह रहा था पेशावर की, Uh, I think साइम अयूब का एक थोड़ा-सा मुझे टेक्निकल इश्यू नज़र आ रहा है. हालाँकि आई एम नॉट क्वालिफाइड इनफ टू से इट, बट आई फील लाइक he's staying very leg side of the ball. I don't know if you guys ever noticed that. He's been trying to play away from the body. Just I don't know if that's his go-to thing now or if that's something that he's trying to do because of lack of runs or something like that. But I think as a batsman, I think he's doing a bit more than we normally see him do.
I just felt like the last couple of innings, Syme seemed a bit lazy to me,
Yeah.
compared to how he used to play. Even जो पिछले गेम में भी the way he got out, ठीक है बॉल थोड़ा दूर था उनकी बॉडी से, but like you could see that the bat was not flowing as quickly as it used to.
Yeah.
So like you said, maybe it's just coming back into the the swing of things after being out for such a long time. And Sam Ayub, as we know, he's such a talented player. It's only going to be a matter of time, until he's back in his full form. But that is the only thing that I observed. He was just coming a bit slower than he used to.
Yeah.
I, I, I it's a bit difficult to judge batters' form on wickets that aren't true sometimes
Mhm.
because the timing of their movement or the rhythm of their play, they very easily can get hampered if you play 3-4 games on two paced wickets.
Mhm.
Particularly if you take a game like last game where he got some width, wanted to free up his arm, the ball got stuck in the wicket a little bit, just enough for him to not be able to go through with the shot and get caught at cover, right? And now uh, one can argue that he shouldn't be playing that away from the body. My argument is it's T20 cricket. You get wet, you go over the top of cover. Now on a true wicket, I think that ball is sliding on and he gets enough on it to take it over cover. He's away, right? So I
Mhm.
think hopefully he's given that message that he's going to be playing on better surfaces and he can trust his stroke play and not let the previous matches affect the rhythm of his batting, because there were different surfaces, there were two paced wickets. I mean, Babar Azam was struggling, Warner struggled, I mean everyone at the top struggled because there was significant movement on offer both in the air, off the seam, etc. Not easy.
Mhm.
What is very important though tomorrow for Peshawar is for Saim Ayub to click, because they have
Yeah.
two left armers up top, Lahore Qalandars, that start the innings with Shaheen and Asif Afridi. And with Babar Azam, you can trust both those left armers will start. Left arm spin and left arm pacer. He's been struggling with getting that angle right with the left arm pacer. I think he's just falling a little over on the offside, bringing his front pad into play a little bit. And then with the left arm spinners, he's got a well documented issue of getting trapped in front. So for sure, Lahore is going to try to target that up front. So which makes Saim Ayub extremely critical for Peshawar tomorrow,
Yeah.
because if he can take those two on, kind of give some momentum to Peshawar, force Shaheen to maybe pull his length back just a little bit for Babar to capitalize, or have Asif Afridi, start bowling a little shorter to Babar, that Babar can start to pull and cut and get his innings start to flow in the power play. That'd be very, very useful for Peshawar. So it's going to be a bit of a game of cat and mouse. For
Yeah.
me, it'll be critical for Saim to give Peshawar a start so that you know you kind of can counter the two left armers up top.
Absolutely. एक और चीज़ मैंने पूछा था कि I don't know if you guys are aware of the banter between Haris and Shaheen. Um, Haris has famously said कि अगर आपको शाहीन आफरीदी को थोड़ा सा भी वेरी करना है, आपने उसको मतलब और गुस्सा दिलाना है. The more angry he is, the more runs he leaks. So I think that is going to be, अगर ऐसा होता है कि Haris is in early, I think that would be a matchup to look forward to. I think given Babar Azam's form, I'm not very excited about the prospects of Babar versus Shaheen at the moment. I'm more excited about the fact कि Shaheen और Haris का matchup कैसा जाता है if that does
Fully
come.
trust if Haris comes in the power play, you can fully trust Haris to scoop Shaheen, considering the lengthy balls.
I think हारिस शायद ग्राउंड में आए ही ये सोच के कि यार मुझे बस मौका मिले, दैट्स व्हाट आई एम गोना ट्राई। और जहाँ तक बैंटर की बात है ना, तो स्लाइटली ऑफ टेंशन, बट मुझे तो इस पीएसएल में सोशल मीडिया पे वैसे ही जनरली बैंटर बहुत मजे का लग रहा है बिटवीन ऑल द टीम्स। आई थिंक इट्स लाइक द राइट काइंड ऑफ फन एंड ह्यूमर। और इवन ऑन द ग्राउंड भी, जैसे हमने देखा मोहम्मद हारिस, मोहम्मद आमिर, साइम अयूब, मोहम्मद आमिर, the good thing is कि it is enough on the field to rile up the fan base, but at the same time these players, when you ask them outside of the ground कि यार ये क्या चल रहा है, तो वो बहुत easily इसको shoot down
Yeah.
कर देते हैं कि यार it's
Yeah.
just part of the game, and that's something that I'm really appreciating, because I think recently एक गेम के बाद मैंने देखा था कि मोहम्मद हारिस जो है वो मोहम्मद आमिर को ना मतलब तंग कर रहे थे गेम के बाद, and they both hugged each other. So it's good to see the fact that in the field there's a lot of aggression. There's a proper battle going on, but they're trying to leave it on the field as well. And I
Yeah.
think tomorrow we're going to see something similar, because not just Haris and Shaheen, but overall दोनों teams जो हैं वो similar struggles कर रही है in two different departments. Peshawar in batting, Lahore in bowling. तो it's वो होता है ना कि आप frustration के against जब लेकर आते हैं तो एक कुछ अजीब सा ही निकलता है. तो I think that
Yeah.
might be on display tomorrow, which will only add more excitement to this game that we're looking forward to.
Absolutely. I think एक चीज I also want to point out कि this will be Lahore's home game, and I think this is probably, and I hope to see a full house in Lahore, क्योंकि मुल्तान में भी full house नहीं हुआ था, कराची में भी full house नहीं हुआ है, नया
Babar's gonna
स्टेडियम है
be in
लाहौर का.
Lahore.
I'm sorry.
Babar's gonna be playing in Lahore.
Babar's going to be playing Lahore, going to be playing in Lahore, his hometown. बस मुझे थोड़ा एटमॉस्फेयर का बहुत मैं चाहता हूँ कि एटमॉस्फेयर अच्छा हो, क्योंकि आई थिंक दैट आल्सो प्लेज इनटू how exciting the games are, how thrilling the league turns out to be. So I really hope कि full house हो, players Shaheen versus Babar की भी एक rivalry है एक तरीके से. So I really hope कि it cashes out for the league, for the fans as well. So really looking forward to that as well. तो चले हम लोग आज का सेशन रैप अप करते हैं. Before we end, who are you guys rooting out for? I think I will still give Peshawar the edge just because they have a more settled batting lineup, or a batting lineup that's more prone to fire than Lahore. But आप लोग बताएं.
I agree. I think Peshawar, after the first two games, really took some decisions in terms of team selection that's starting to pay off. I think it's a matter of just executing little moments in the game well, that hopefully they can take some lessons from their last game and rectify those minor decisions. And if they go, if those with a little bit of luck, a little bit of better decision making, I think I'd fancy Peshawar for a win.
Yeah, and I would agree. I think generally I would go with Peshawar as well. Lekin at the individual level, I think I would also like to see Abdullah Shafiq clicking in a way that, he ends up scoring some runs. Babar Azam, of course, we saw some glimpses in the last game, and I hope that he can build upon those. और जनरली मैं एक चीज़ और ऐड करूँगा यहाँ पर कि आई थिंक हमने लास्ट टाइम भी बात की थी माइज, आई थिंक यू मेंशन कि इस पीएसएल में हमें पाकिस्तानी बैटर्स से कोई उस तरह से रन्स देखने को नज़र नहीं आ रहे. Yes, Sahabzada Farhan has been playing tremendously, probably in the form of his life. And then we're also seeing some really good batting from Yasir Khan. तो आई थिंक ये जो इन दोनों की अगर हम बैटिंग को देखें तो देयर इज एन एलिमेंट ऑफ ब्रेवनेस पर से कि दे आर ट्राइंग टू ओन द T20 style of batting. I'm talking specifically the Pakistani batters. So I would hope to see both Lahore and Peshawar's batters, especially the top order, to embody the same spirit essentially. जो कुछ हम जैसे आज हमने कॉलिन मिंट्रो से देखा, एंड्रयूज गाउस से देखा, और उस्मान खान से हम मोर लेस देख ही रहे हैं हर मैच में. So I would like to see the same from Babar, Haris, Saim, Fakhar Zaman, Abdullah Shafiq, these guys, to basically play with an open heart tomorrow, because at the end of the day, no doubt कि जब आपको difficult surface मिलता है तो yes, people talk about how there's now an equal competition between the bat and ball. But let's face it. I mean, it's PSL, it's T20 cricket, and the fans who are coming to the stadium, they want to see some fireworks as well. So I'm really hoping that our batters, especially the Pakistani batters, can click in the same fashion as we have seen Sarza Farhan and also Yasir Khan doing the last few games.
Yeah. Uh, I mean, one of the things that I'd love to see Pakistani batters do more of is making more technical changes to their game to take their game to the next level. And one of the big examples that I'm seeing now is Sam Billings. Sam Billings was not an out and out power hitter or a hitter per se. He was very crafty before. He would sweep, he would reverse sweep, he would scoop. That was his method. He's gone to really developing a power game. He's hitting length for sixes. He's picking the short ball really well. If you actually look at his footage over the course of a few years, he used to have a trigger movement, then he stopped triggering, became still, played with bat up. Now he's gone bat down again. So he's done technical changes which are serving him well, and it'd be great for like our young cricketers to actually learn why he went about making those changes, what benefits he gained from making those technical changes. So some of that knowledge that will be very, very handy, because here's a middle order batsman that's reinvented himself at 30. He's like early to mid 30s, at early to mid 30s, and still making technical changes to evolve his game. That's what I'd like to see a lot more of from Pakistani batters. You don't see that a lot. They pretty much come with barring Shan Masood, really, they pretty much come with the same technical setup, and they retire with the same technical setup.
Yeah. I think एक चीज़ I think एक चीज़ मैंने ये भी डिस्कस करनी थी was the fact कि I think हम लोगों ने पूरे PSL में emerging batsman जिसको proper chance मिला हो वो मोहम्मद नईम है, and I really hope कि looking at emerging categories हम लोगों को अक्सर bowlers की performance नज़र आती है. I really hope कि एक थोड़ा सा बैट्समैन को भी ज़रा नज़र में आना चाहिए. I really hope, क्योंकि Naeem looks to be a solid batsman. He does not have any professional cricket experience, by the way. He is a proper PDP product. He has no first class cricket, no listed cricket under his belt. PDP का player है वो, PDP के मतलब PDP में spot out हुआ और he's in the Laura Plunders 11. So I would cut him some slack on that end के प्रोफेशनल क्रिकेट के लिहाज से देखा जाए तो ही स्लाइटली लो ऑन दैट एक्सपीरियंस, बट आई रियली होप कि वो फायर करे. अगर कर जाता है तो इट विल बी अ लॉट ऑन हिज एंड, मतलब अ लॉट टू अचीव, अ लॉट टू स्माइल अबाउट, अ लॉट टू टेक बैक होम एज वेल. तो आई थिंक वो उसका आई एम रियली रूटिंग फॉर हिम. आई रियली वांट हिम टू सक्सीड. That's something that I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I think it's important that this kind of a mindset is communicated with them as well. Okay, you play your first season. It may not necessarily be a season of performance, but it'll be a season of learning. You go back from this PSL and you'll have much more perspective on how you need to develop technically, how you need to develop mentally, the shots you need to develop, the pace of the game, etc. And you can tailor your practice, your game style to then come back next year and do better. And that's kind of the process of learning for young players. That's what happened with Saim, by the way. If you remember his first PSL, it didn't look all too promising, but that's kind of, Saim again is, I said Shan, actually Saim is again one of those players that does technical changes quite a bit, to his game, so you make those minor adjustments and you don't know what clicks, and you kind of or you figure those minor adjustments out when you problem solve playing in these conditions against this quality. You start to realize, okay, what will work for you going forward to perform. And really for Mohammad Naeem, the important thing would be to just use this as a learning experience, really take in all the feedback from a technical perspective, mental perspective, go back, develop your game, come back next year.
Yeah, and Saim shows that hunger. He wants to stay relevant. He wants to keep improving his game. और जहाँ तक learning की बात है, तो there is no age limit to learning, right? I mean, Rizwan is still learning, so name कौन होते हैं?
Yeah. I'd love to see Rizwan close that gap between his bat and pad also at this age.
एंड आई होप कि वो थोड़ा हाइड्रेट भी रहें, क्रैम्प्स ना पड़े उन्हें। um, तो चलें, इसी के साथ साथ हम लोग आज का सेशन रैप अप करते हैं। आई थिंक वी कवर्ड एवरीथिंग दैट वी नीड टू रिगार्डिंग दिस गेम। प्लीज लेट अस नो इन योर थॉट्स इन द कमेंट्स कि आप लोग किसके लिए आप रूट कर रहे हैं, हु डू यू वांट टू विन, हु आर यू लुकिंग फॉरवर्ड टू इन टर्म्स ऑफ परफॉर्मेंसेस एज वेल। अब तक के लिए इतना ही, इंशाल्लाह नेक्स्ट टाइम मुलाकात होती है। अल्लाह हाफिज़।